that's what I'm rooting for this time. It's just everything to work. But by the way, the game is ready. So
let's go. Yeah, let's play. Yeah,
let's get
finish chilling now.
Hello everybody and welcome to the finals of the Grand Championship Series qualification round. Overlord, you have here on your screens right now someone who has fought ferociously to get to this position. It is of course playing as the Soviets' Love Nest.
And his opponents, a familiar opponent, an old rival. Playing in the north as the Wehrmacht, the Spanish destroyer, Jesulin, has risen and returned to form and former glory in this historic final. He told me he was surprised he's got here, but I'm not surprised. We've all seen where he has been and what he's done in the past.
Yeah, Jesulin, I like that he's back. He had his own little story coming back, I think, didn't he? Because he had to quit out last year after... was it Aimstrong that he played against,
Annihilated him, penalised him. It was brutal. Jesulin, admittedly.
Yeah, absolutely destroyed him.
The story behind that, though, in fairness, is we were lacking name value. Lots of top players weren't able to play in GCS1. Dave, Nagano, Jove, etc. Paula, to name a few. And so I was literally asking old players, could you please play in this tournament we've got? It's going to be huge. And they were like, I thought there wasn't going to be any more tournaments. I haven't played Company of Heroes for a year. And I was like, yeah, me too. That's why we've done a huge Kickstarter. Look how much money we've got. And Jesulin was like, okay. No, he wasn't. He just literally trained as a favour. He barely trained. He barely had time. He just literally played in GCS1 and played as a favour and got penalised by Aimstrong. So this year, having been humiliated, quite frankly, and he's rather upset by it. I think he said he'll never play Company of Heroes ever again after GCS1, which is familiar if you're like a Helping Hands viewer or something. He's actually trained really hard this year, Dan, and bless him, he's looking good.
He has been looking good. He's looking very good. The games today, I mean, if I had to put my money on someone right now, I think, just being fair, and I'm not saying it to be biased, I would think put my money on Love Nest. And I think that's just because he's just got that kind of methodical play style that is flawless. You know, Jesulin did make some mistakes. You know, we had Stuve put him under some pressure situations earlier, which he dealt with well, but I don't know if he was necessarily confident, like, going into engagements all the time. Love Nest is, you know.
Do you want me to bet my money now?
Go for it.
My money's on Big Jezza. Jezza's playing Wehrmacht first, and I believe Jezza's allies will do an excellent job of draining Love Nest's Wehrmacht. I think he'll actually be able to win more victory points, and I think Wehrmacht will win every single game today. It's best of 5 though, crap. First of 3, okay. If it's a best of 3, definitely Jesulin. It's difficult, Dan, actually. I take it back. It's not as easy as that, is it? It's a big series today. I predict Jesulin might win this first game due to him playing Wehrmacht, and I think he'll be quite comfortable on that. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's also interesting to see what factions are played routinely. I mean, do we expect to see austere Soviets in all the games? Because I know that Jesulin used to play a lot of US. You know, Love Nest has also been very good with OKWs. There's something surprising that we can see from these players.
Oh, yeah, I can see that Grenadier stayed around way too long for my tastes, with that sniper breathing down his neck. It's going to be... I think we can speak a bit more about strategy. You're right, Dan. It is going to be a bit of a slower early game thanks to the sniper build, etc. Looks like Jesulin's going to go for a light mechanized. He's probably going to look in mobile defense and go for a classic. Well, I say classic, a very, very meta play style, perhaps. Maybe get that 2-5-1 out with a flamethrower. Possibly go for a 2-2-2 first. And that will be the first time we've seen it today.
Can I point something out, that we referenced before about standard territory points in value over the big resource points? Because, of course, you get your fuel and your munitions. Well, Jesulin at this game point has gone totally for those standard territory points. He knows that he's bleeding from the sniper. In fact, looking at the KD, you know, he was 1 for 6 actually a couple of moments ago, and so you know it's a great decision. Rush tier 2. He manages to pull in all the resources from these territory points. You notice the munitions hasn't been capped. You know, he's prioritized making sure he gets the fuel resources in as well, and I think that's really good of him. I think he's secured this well.
Definitely, and at 5 Minuten we have the 522 out. The Sonderkraft, so I can't do it anymore. I can't speak German. I try sometimes and I fail miserably. 222's out in good time. The sniper's going to be on a little bit of defensive duty right now until there's PTRS on. He needs PTRS. And will he won't be going for guards, of course, because of tank onto tactics again. So he's probably going to be trying to get them on the conscript squad he's just brought out that are currently in that garrison. He just needs to wait to get 75 munitions, which he does have, and 2 command points. Nearly there.
Nearly on the second command point. But is it going to be enough, really? It's going for a lot of conscripts, but no snares. I would have thought maybe a snare would be required.
Yeah, he's got 2 conscripts now, 2 penals, 2 conscripts. So it's certainly more than he did against Kimbo. It's very interesting. It's going to be an interesting, delicate balance for a while. The sniper, as I say, hasn't been able to take a shot whilst this scout car's out. And, yeah, as I say, it's been pushed back a little bit. Taking a few shots here and there, the 2-2-2 marauding around.
I'm just trying to
think we're in for a long game.
I think so too, yeah. And also the first game, I think the first games go a couple of ways. They're either really kind of crazy and brutal. Are those conscripts stealthed? They are, aren't they? Okay.
Yeah, they will be. Now they've got the tank hunter tactics.
I mean, like, the first games are either brutally quick, do you know what I mean? They're really quick, they're really devastating, silly tactics are played, or they're slow and the players feel each other out.
Oh, that's a shame. He got spotted. What he was trying to do, he's trying to trap the 2-2-2 by drawing him in with a sniper. As it is, the tank hunters have got the jump on the scout car, but they will get away.
It's good usage of the bush there to get that.
Interesting tip.
Well, I mean, of all places you could hide to get that to work, I just think that happened to be in the perfect place.
Yeah, it's very Monty Python-esque, like an ambush position. You know, it's just like putting a bush on your head or something. Or Baldric's camouflage in World War II. Sorry, Blackadder's Forthrunner. Can't quite come back into the swing of things. Interesting tidbit for you, Dan. Von Ivan trained a lot with Lovenest. And, you know, Jesulin uses for his practice partner. Oh! Was that squad wipe on that Grenadier? That was horrendous!
It was, yeah.
Sniper getting a great kill there.
No retreat at all. But the mechanized rolling out. Jesulin has gone for mechanized.
Wow.
And he's instantly gone in with the Panzer Grenadiers in the half track. There go the AT nades from the conscripts, but Panzer Grenadiers in this truck. This is actually a threat, I think.
It's a huge threat. Panzer Grenadiers in the half track. That 250 half track is going on the assault. These conscripts could bite the dust, and then he'll turn his attention to the sniper. The sniper has to get up there as soon as possible. The penal battalion is upgrading to PTRS. So the 250 does have to be careful. Could eat an anti-tank satchel, or worse. Doesn't manage to find the sniper and is now just going to drive by Dan. It's a safari.
I think that's a sensible decision. Losing that would have been a nightmare. It's a good idea to dive, but he wasn't going to do that thing where he drives around the base building, you know. And I respect that, to be honest, because if you can save it, even after attempting it, there might be a use for it. And he's going to find that on the right-hand side of the map.
So for those that don't know, because you may have only seen Mobile Defense if you bought the game recently and you've just watched GCS, this is Mechanized Assault Doctrine. It's a very flavoursome commander from years gone by. It does lead to a Tiger, but right now the best thing it's got, of course, is that Mechanized Assault Group. But the most important thing, to be honest, is the Stug Auf E, which is like a mini Brumbear.
I love... yeah, that's a good unit, by the way. It's
very good.
Look at Jesulin trying to get on that sniper. You can see he's still being so careful.
Oh. Main gun destroyed on the 250. That's the worst crit you can get on that. It can't use its main gun anymore. That's terrible. Its main gun, of course, is the headlamp.
Blinding your opponents on the way in. It's strategy in itself. I like Jezelin that you know, I like that he's doing this kind of thing. It's a good idea to throw in curveballs that maybe people haven't played against before. We were having a discussion with DevM about this yesterday, and that is in itself a winning mentality. You know, let's not play meta, even if it works really well. We'll play something that doesn't make sense to my opponent and have him figure it out for a while.
No, hang on. Sorry, I listened to that. And I agree with you, by the way, don't get me wrong. But you were saying you had this discussion with Devem. Devem would never agree with you. I think he was being polite. Devem is the most meta. He'll find a couple of strategies that work and play them brutally efficiently player ever. So he was probably like, yes, Dan, some guys do that and I hate them for it. You know?
Oh, I'd go listen to it back. I thought Devem was made good points about it. I mean, I actually asked him his opinion first. When he came in. It was the moment he came in. I was just
joking, because it's Devem. You know what he's like. He's very efficient, and he's been known to like find an amazing strategy and use it very well in tournaments. But that's about it. Same as Von Ivan, same as a lot of players, to be honest. It is probably one of the better ways to play, but if you can be flexible and adapt, which is Jeslin's famous kind of trademark, you're all the better for it.
See, that sniper is just picking off high profile units, the Panzer Grenadiers there, and that's not the kind of unit that you want to be on the front line. I mean, even if you come into contact with a sniper, you want something that maybe has a chance of firing back. In the Grenadiers, but the map is patchwork at best. Jezelin, I think, is expecting the T-70 any moment now because he's preemptively gone for the AT. You can see that's building by Loveness now.
Jeslin's gone for his own counter sniper. This is going to be very, very sneaky. It's going to go up the map and hide and try and get the counter snipe on Loveness's male Soviet sniper.
Battle of the sexes.
Oh no, they're both male, but I don't know why I emphasised that.
Okay. Loveness still camoed with the PTRS conscripts. Just been revealed there. Jeslin's only got a couple of seconds before Loveness reacts. I think Loveness' reaction time is very good. Here come the Flamer Pioneers. They need to get out of there immediately. Snipers pushing the left-hand side of the, right-hand side of the T-70. And you know, as I think I predicted, Loveness just looks a little stronger at the moment.
He does. Let's keep an eye on this Loveness sniper miles away. I'll try and keep an eye on that one for you, Dan.
It's not even in cover. I think
it's
it's actually not in cover at the moment, so Jeslin's not going to be winning. Pretty sure that would have just been spotted by Loveness.
Oh god, it's too far away from the fence.
Yeah, it's not in cover. So.
He thinks he is. He's like a child playing hide and seek, you know. He's got his face against a wall. He thinks he's in cover. It's fine. Panzer Grenadiers in a little tricky spot there. They're going to be fine.
I've got to say, by the way, I really enjoy watching cover engagements because normally it is sniper based, but when you get units, do you remember we had that patch that kind of changed the face of cover and stealth, and units stopped going out of cover, and
yeah,
you know, suddenly stormtroopers are better. And
ooh, these penals, I tell you, they are in a tricky spot because they've had a few flame crits. They're ultra low on health, each model is, so they could go down. T-70's come to mitigate. They may save their life. Will the Grenadier? No, he won't. That T-70 saved the squad's life there, Dan.
It's a shame. Do you know, Jezelin, even in the last series, was late on those Fausts. He was late on snares. Don't know if you remember. This is a criticism we had of him before.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like he makes the most of those moments. They're big moments.
Well, I think he was so lucky when he had that amazing anti-tank grenade through the log pile against Von Ivan. He now thinks, oh, bless you. Did you mute yourself?
No, sorry.
That wasn't very professional. You're fine.
How can I mute myself? All my hands go in the air and it's looking involuntarily.
Yeah, your hands go in the air. You need to get that looked at. That's anyway. It's fine. It's fine. Here it is. And, heavy duress here as a T-70 horribly attacks that wall. That's horrific. That's a cemetery. It used to be. It's not much of a cemetery anymore. And coming here as one, it was a defined cemetery. Now it's more a collection of fields and graves and walls. It's a very empty cemetery.
We got here from Jezelin. Pulling out the Stug E. What a pleasure, by the way, to be treated to see these units. I think that's in itself makes this a worthy game. There's
it
so
does. It
many
feels
mines.
like a new game. It feels like a new game, and we got the Stuggy. Oh, nice attack on that non-existent target. It's beautiful. Second shot. Oh, that could be a big one. Again, big miss. That's. Oh, that didn't miss. So SU-76.
Took that one with the penal battalions. This is the danger point. That Stuggy does not want to continue driving forward.
No, it does not.
Spots the SU-76. Going to play a little safer. And you just look at the sniper at the moment, and Jezelin's snipers have no use this game whatsoever.
Lovenest is 2. Lovenest has just built a second sniper. And even if he gets counter-sniped, he'll get the re-counter-snipe. That's what he's thinking.
Range of that Stug-E is fantastic. It's got to be a Faust here from Jezelin. Comes off with the Grenadiers. This could be a moment he can make use of. Don't know if I fancy his chances of firing with the AT gun that close.
What a nice...
his Grenadier!
No, he's not. Nice LAB, though, with the from the SU-76 by Lovenest. He's decrewed the pack. T-70 still running ramp shots. Stug is now being repaired to some effect. Panzer Grenadier is trying to get in there. And what's this? We've now had a light artillery barrage. That could twist things. Pack 40's been recruited. T-70 could go down. It's all happening.
It is. Loads is happening. There's grenades everywhere. We've got the anti-tank grenades from Lovenest trying to sink in. There goes the Stug-E. There's 4 models dropped by that Stug-E's shot on the conscripts. Can the Panzer Grenadiers finish it off? Why are they going for the T-70?
Main gun destroyed on T-70. Stuggy saves the day. We just lost a Pioneer. What was Jezelin thinking? SU-76 is here. T-70 out of control. Will the Stuggy get away?
Oh, it's a difficult game. 2 snipers on the field for Lovenest. Everything is back at the base, but Jezelin's going to struggle to push in with anything. Again, do you know, I don't know if Jezelin would have completely lost the engagement if he'd have microed a little bit better. He's having to use medic kits on his Panzer Grenadiers.
It's good, you know. He's
It's not good when you've got 220 munitions. It's, I mean, I guess it is good when you've got 220 munitions.
yeah, exactly.
I might get some upgrades on my Grenadiers.
Stuggy is getting hit hard by this SU-76. Finally gets Faust off, but it was all in vain. That was sloppy play by Jezelin. There's no mitigating it. There's no pretending it wasn't.
Wow. Could be seeing that counter snipe. Snipers are out of cover. Don't think Jezelin has the range to see.
No.
Yeah, you've got to wonder what Jezelin's plan is here. Just a couple of really poor engagements. The sniper still sat on that side of the map. I think by this point you may have just started firing with it, you know?
Can't confirm, by the way, just it's not that much of a mitigating factor, but Jezelin is playing the game in a huge electrical storm right now. Apparently it's a national emergency in Spain or something, and it's like lightning going on all around him. That'd make me play better, though. I'd play better under those conditions, Dan. I'd feel like, yes, it's my time to rise.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. Are you scared of lightning?
No, I'm stormless.
Ah, exactly. So if there's a storm, you just cease to be.
Oh, it's a big hit.
Oh, it did nothing.
No, I don't know. It does a lot of health damage. It just doesn't drop models. Do you know? I think this was a.
Oh, now it does. It does the health damage. The 1-2 combo nearly destroys the squad.
I think that was a change that a lot of people campaigned for. It came from like demo charges and mines, like stop dropping the models, just do health damage, and there we go. I think that's, it's a good unit like that. It's a good unit to just keep pushing up the field and tipping engagements for us there. But look at this. What's Lovenest doing? You see that? Lovenest knows that sniper is there.
Must do.
Interesting. Yeah, must. Well, I'm not surprised, given that he probably saw it earlier on in the game. He knows it's somewhere.
I may have just seen it recently. We all saw how good Jesulin's cover usage was. Love Nest has this. He absolutely does. Is Love Nest back now? Oh, that's what we're seeing, the rise of the German giant.
I hope so, because it's a pleasure to watch his games last year.
Is. Mines, 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 mines. One mine. Ha ha ha.
You almost felt that Love Nest baiting with the snipers there.
Yeah, absolutely. He's really struggling. Is Jesulin to get into position? He's lost so many squads, so much material. Panzer Grenadiers may kill this SG-76. Oh no, they won't!
You don't want to be giving tank hunter squads Shreks.
I wonder if they have. I'm sure they can't pick that up. Surely that would be OP. And now Jesulin has had to drop from the game. 1-0 to Love Nest.
Alright, well, game 1 finishes Love Nest taking it quite confidently. It's an interesting. We were talking about how the first game can kind of be, it might be silly, you might see players pick commanders they might not normally, or something like that. I mean, Love Nest was playing seriously, I think, with that loadout. He takes Jesulin seriously. Do you think Jesulin was, is Jesulin really playing with mechanized?
I think so. I've seen him play with it before. I just think he had a very poor game, and Love Nest didn't. It's worth pointing out that Sidolia with a good comment in chat, by the way, he thinks that Jesulin's defense wasn't mobile enough. It's a very interesting point. But also, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, Love Nest, past 3 games, his victory point score is 1,500.
I know.
That's good going, isn't it?
And you don't want to be giving away 500 VP games in the best of 5s. It's
oof, yeah, not good.
No, doesn't
good
bode well for Jesulin. But potential 5 games with maybe 4 left to go. We hope. I've got the game ready.
Yep, I'm ready as well. I'm in your lobby of observers. Yeah, Sidolia, I've got a big problem with mild deadpanning. Basically, I was a very socially awkward teenager, shock horror. I always had a great sense of humour, Dan, but I never laughed at my own jokes. I got into this habit of keeping a straight face at all times.
Right.
And it was really weird. And everybody never thought I was joking. They just thought I was odd. And I still do it to this day. I need to remember to smile. And I've got a little card I carry with me that just says smile at the people. And I forget. It's terrible. So now Sidolia thinks I didn't understand the joke. And
the Queen has
it's very
one of those,
upsetting.
I think it's a constant reminder.
She's smile and wave, yeah.
Smile at the people.
Oh, look, it's the colonies. There's some brown ones, Midge. Yes, it's from Africa. Brilliant. That's an impression of...
What are we? Peasants, that's the one. Smile at the peasantry.
Do you know what? I love telling this. When Prince Philip came to my rowing club, I'm not actually a member at the moment, but when I was, he's legendary because he said he went round the boat and he said, "Is that the little hole where the little men get in?" But apparently he didn't say little men. He said something really racist. And clean it.
The last thing that our country needs, isn't it? Really, but.
Yes, we're on tenterhooks right now. Anything could happen. What's your whole take on the old whole political situation, Dan? How would you fix things? Prime Minister Dan, you've come into a terrible situation. We're leaving you. Are we leaving you? What's happening? Nobody knows. Nobody agrees. Everything's going wrong. You've been stabbed in the back. You're having to meet Donald Trump, of all people. What would you do? What's your next step?
My next step would probably be towards the door. Or the window. Whichever was closest.
Oh, God. So you would commit suicide or resign within 30 seconds. That is not strong and stable, Dan. We need strong and stable leadership right now. You know
what's strong and stable is the pavement.
Oh, God. Nuke London is not a good political strategy. That's a terrible thing to say. Well, 40 seconds until we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Well, probably just gentlemen.
Nope. There are ladies.
Yep, sorry. Angel, of course. There's that Canadian housewife that sometimes watches my stream. I doubt she's here. Any more?
Cassandra.
Yes, Cassie. Yes, wonderful Cassie. That's about it, I think, actually.
Nope.
I struggle.
There are loads. You just don't know who they are.
Oh, yeah, sure.
No, I'm serious.
I'm
not going to oust everybody out.
There's not loads. It's rubbish. There's not loads. I've seen the YouTube stats.
But I actually think there is...
99%.
No, because I checked like stream stats and everything, and it actually lists genders that watch in the game. There's more than you think, honestly. Anyway, shall we get into the game? Oh, let me do the scores first. Where's the score? Oh, yeah.
The royal family are lizards. I actually believe that conspiracy theory I have. If you watch some very grainy video footage from the 90s, you can see artifacts that's clearly prove that they're lizards. I've seen it on YouTube. Dan, are we live still, by the way?
Yes.
Just waiting for you. Oh, you're doing the scores. Excellent. Great. Yeah. It's all right. I'll talk. It's fine.
We can go now. I'm ready.
Ah, okay.
Right.
Hello there, and welcome to the second game of the final of Grand Championship Series 2 Qualification Tournament 3 Overlord. Rolls off your tongue, doesn't it? I'm here in the north. I'm looking at Loveness playing as the Wehrmacht. He's 1-0 up, and he's looking strong.
That's right. He's going to be playing against our lovable Spaniard, Jesulin, who is currently going straight into Tier 1. Bit of a mimic from what Loveness played in the last game, perhaps, going into an early sniper. We'll see. But he didn't play particularly well in this last game with a sniper. So
no, he did not. It was not very. It wasn't his best game. I don't think he'll ever watch that game back on YouTube and smile. In fact, probably have nightmares about it. It was a bad start after a glorious tournament. Jeslin's had a fantastic time. He's had some grueling wins. I've taken him to ace game deciders twice, but that was a game one to forget.
It was. I'm just looking at Loveness prioritizing munitions right from the start of the game. Maybe he's looking to get his Grenadiers on an even footing, or maybe he's going to be going for that Tier 2 rush. Could we see Flamer half-track? Could we see early healing? I do think that's sensible. You know, you talked in an earlier game about how this is a kind of munitions-driven map, with it being so deep in enemy territory, nearly always guaranteed. What do you think the idea is here?
I don't think it's anything too crazy. Honestly, I've always said this. Wehrmacht are actually a munitions bottleneck faction. They're not necessarily fuel or manpower. They need those two things. But the primary driving thing for a lot of Wehrmacht players, in fact most, is munitions. Munitions for LMG 42s, Teller mines, G43s, pretty much anything you want to do to make your units kill things. You're going to want munitions, especially in the early to mid game. So it makes complete sense in my mind that the best Wehrmacht player in the game, I will say that because I do believe Loveness is returning to form, and now he is, after like a year of not doing anything after he won GCS1, now he is. I believe we can firmly say that. Classically speaking, Code 2, Loveness your man if you want to know how to play with Wehr.
It's an important qualification round for him. I think especially as he is in the finals of Overlord, he's going to want to play seriously every single game just to make sure, you know what I mean? just to make sure that he's there, and also so he can practice in private. We talk about Dev M. Nobody knows what Dev M's doing at the moment, and that's a dangerous position for the community to be in.
It is, and he's a man-possessed, Dev M is. I think the 4.50 he lost to the Love Nest last year has made him a man-possessed. It's very scary for the community. MP40's doing a great job of punishing these penals, which is usually what they enjoy, but not when they're being killed like this. Sniper taking some cheeky shots in there. And meanwhile, we've got an engagement in the centre as well. It's all going on. It's like a firecracker, this game.
It's an interesting start, and once again, I just don't think Jeslin is going to come out on top. He's also going to get flanked here by these Pioneers. That's a great flank. They get the kill. That is an early wipe. Wow.
Beautiful. That is shades of Love Nest. By Love Nest, that's exactly what he was doing around this time last year when he was flanking around, killing Aimstrong from behind with G43s. But a year later, he pulls off the exact same flank again in the sequel to the first tournament. GCS2, Love Nest is back, baby. And he's got you back with some flamethrowers killing you as you retreat to base. Good guy, Love Nest.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a sniper from Love Nest now, actually. When you're in that lead like that. Could be something that we see from him. No one plays a sniper like Love Nest. I mean, I don't think Dev M does really. Because Love Nest is always on the tactical map, right? And we kind of know this because we've watched Love Nest play in person. It's kind of the way the way that he moves with the sniper. You know, the way he just moves everything is it really enhances sniper play, I think.
You're sexually attracted to Love Nest.
Who isn't?
He is a very attractive man. I've been out with him, just him and I, on nights out, and it's awful. He's got a girlfriend, I haven't. All the girls flock to him. Big, tall, German blue-eyed guy. Don't tell him I said this, by the way. If he asks, just say I was talking about the game or something. It's fine. Grenadiers suffering under the heavy duress of these SVTs and Mosin Nagant rifles. And they're scoped. Mosin Nagant in the background. Oh, taking a nice juicy shot in. Jeslin's trying to get his fuel back, and he's doing it in style.
Sniper, I feel, needs to be doing more, especially at the start point of the game. This is before the 222 is hit, before the half track is hit. That's the option for Love Nest right now. And I think this is what we were talking about earlier when we were talking about Love Nest prioritizing munitions. You know, he's going to be able to make really good use of that by getting the flamer out on the half track straight away. Hopefully he goes for healing as well really quickly. You can see he's got low health Grenadiers. That should be going up now.
You can get the bunker up now, you know, just in time for 60 munitions. Things are going to plan perfectly. He's like a well-oiled, efficient German machine. He is literally the Wehrmacht in its pure early war form. Just crushing everybody underfoot. And everything's, as I say, it's just well-oiled, Dan. It's like, what are those machines called? Those ball-bearing machines, you know what I mean? Paul, Rogan, Josh, I can't remember. He's like a pinball machine, just going wonderfully. Marbles. My analogy sucks, it's rubbish. But everything's just in sequence, you know, and it's all just happening perfectly in excellent timing.
Did you see how Love Nest had the machine gun? We were talking about positioning earlier, how Love Nest is normally always on top of it. Had the machine gun ready for the conscripts to pop the PTRS before even knowing that that was the commander pick. You know, it's the game, the knowledge, the insight, it's always there from Love Nest. And look at that! Look at that suppression! Oh. He's everywhere!
That was awesome. I mean, the conscripts look to have the final killing blow. The MG just about rescues the situation. And you really need excellent timing and planning to get the MG to work for you like that. It is difficult to pull off. Meanwhile, by the way, the 251 half-track was trying to defile the base from the western entrance, but the conscripts of the PTRS Jeslin taking a leaf out of Love Nest's book, going for his introduced commander. With that one.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jeslin thinks that Love Nest has 2 MGs out at the moment, given that,
great point.
Given that it's been so dominant.
Ooh. No, he won't be able to get it because the 251 half track is, of course, watching over him. However, here comes the PTRS half-track. He's just wiped one of the models on the Gren. This is perfect by Jeslin. He's stolen the MG42. Here comes the 251. Will he dice? Will the PTRS get him? He's burning the MG. That could be a mistake.
Oh!
Yes, it was.
Good bait. Very good bait. That's a big investment down for Love Nest, actually.
What?
Don't count Jezelin out yet. He's just getting tier 3 up as well, so it would be unwise of Love Nest to bring anything out from tier 2 at this moment except an AT gun.
And don't forget, guys, of course, in chat you have the glory of Dan's or Stormless's view, which does not include Fog of War. So to Love Nest, that seemed relatively routine. And then the Dank Hunters happened. It didn't go well from there.
No, I think he's going to be upset with that. Love Nest reaching for a sniper.
Okay. Against T70. Only 3 Faust platforms. Oh dear.
I think Love Nest should predict that the T70 is going to be out by this time, to be honest. This might be a failing on his part. Wow, we're now talking in sync. This is it's happened.
Did that just happen? I'm so sorry. No, it's just because I'm terrible.
I thought at first I was like, oh, my audio's echoing again. No, it's like it's just...
I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm too keen. But it's very exciting. The idea that look, Jezelin all of a sudden has a strategic edge. Love Nest, oh my god, he's done something amazing. I can't believe he's done this. He's decided to go with the, what's it called? Mobile defense doctrine. Mobile defense doctrine. And in that, of course, he has a fantastic counter for the T70. He can wait and call in Osttroop reserves, which have extra Panzerfausts. So he's already got 3 Grenadiers. He could have 5 Panzerfaust platforms and be able to cover all angles against the T70. This is profound by Love Nest.
Mobile defense as well. Going for that Coco Jambo award. Not happy with just winning.
Oh god. Not only does he want to win the final, he also wants to get $50. This is crazy. Sturm Tiger Gaddafi, are you watching?
Jeslin's going to go for a second T70. And Love Nest, there he goes, locks in mobile defense. Puma's out. Again, you can't blame him for going. You can't blame him for going mobile defense. You know, he got on the back foot after that T70 came on the field, and obviously the half track is down. So, not the worst decision for him. It's a sensible one, but
this is more classic mobile defense done. This is more where it used to be in the balance in the meta. When you're you're down on your luck, and you need an easy 2-click counter. Click the UI, then click the map. Left, then a right click. You need to be quite ambidextrous and a lot of dexterity. He's certainly been able to do it. It's been good.
One of the interesting things is I don't think that anything has come out from tier 2. So Jezelin may kind of be fooled that Love Nest is skipping tech. Maybe that he doesn't have tier 2 up. So if he's going to go 2 T70s and he does decide to dive, may be surprised if Love Nest can actually pull something out like an AT gun quickly.
I think the way Jezelin played those T70s in that game against Stuve earlier would indicate to me that Jezelin isn't going to be going to dive at any point. He's going to slowly try and starve his opponents of victory points and manpower and win the long game. It seemed to be how he played in that previous one. And very importantly, Dan, we've got to keep an eye on the sniper battle. And see what happens there as well, because if it is all going to be about manpower attrition, that's going to be a very important dynamic.
It's a nice flank from the conscripts on that MG42, going to force a retreat. Jezelin needs to be making big pushes like this. He's going to go for a territory decap to deny all resources on the left.
Indeed.
PTRS conscripts, I mean, I actually really like the conscripts instead of the guards, because they're just so much cheaper and you can fling a lot more mobile AT around the map. So it's just another player looking for another answer to mobile defense.
Well, I honestly don't think mobile defense is already quite as toxic as it was in the first couple of tournaments. It's already now starting to fall out of style. This is very situational in this case. It isn't what we've been seeing in every game. Because the meta has started to shift a little bit as the players discover more of the game in the current meta. Of course, they know the game before this, but they don't know it in the current meta, and that's very different. Every balance patch means you have to relearn everything, and how the timings work, how the balance is affected. It's multi-layered and multifaceted in that sense. Jesselin reverting to kind of February, March style play with the extended tier 3. Oh. Obviously.
Did you just see the mind go off on the VP?
There's a big one.
There's an unfortunate one, I think that would have been Love Nest's Talamine.
Oh, he's going to go for these Grens on the retreat path. 1T70's down on health. Is he going to try and flank the Puma? Yes, he is. They're all targeting vehicles right now. The Su-76 is trying to attack through the bushes. The Puma's reversing away. 1T70 down. Panzer Tactician smoke has been popped. Will the Puma survive? It looks likely to. This is great for Loveness. He's got Veterancy 2 now, giving that improved accuracy and reload. Could help him out. Indeed it does.
Wow. Honestly, would have backed out of that a long time ago. But Jesselin is committed now. He's got to take one more shot with the Su-76. And oh no, main gun destroyed!
No!
Oh.
Probably caused by the bunker as well. The MGs can trigger main gun destroyed when you get to that 30% health, and it's very sad.
Yeah, that's a shame. I mean, that was that shouldn't have happened anyway. I think, to be honest, once the first T-70 went down, you could see the amount of damage penetrating shots from the T-70 was doing. That was not the right decision to push them.
And the sniper died as well. Somewhere. I'll try and find the body, I guess, but I'll let you know if I do. But that's just sad, man. He's not only did he lose all 3 light tier 3 vehicles, he also lost his sniper. I think the graph would pretty much be like the 1929 stock market crash if you watched Jesselin's graph there.
Yep, yes it is.
He's in a Dust Bowl recession right now. You know, his cap in hand. Jesselin wants a job because the economy's crashed and doesn't have any material assets anymore. Just a few conscripts. 5 to be exact. Oh no, 1's a penal. We've got 4 conscripts and a penal.
Jesselin is going to back tech to tier 2, I assume, to get either suppression platforms in the MGs or AT guns, so we can continue to push with infantry effectively. He kind of knows what's coming.
Do you know what would be a good idea? To get another combat engineer so he can get 2 flamers or something. He'll stop spamming mines. He has 300 munitions. It's his sole advantage at the moment, is munitions. Try and control one side of the map, spam mines, try and work from there, keep hold of 1 victory point. He's in damage limitation mode right now after that horrendous 13-minute mark engagements, losing 3 tier 3 vehicles.
Mines are a definite, especially with 300 and well, now 15 munitions.
Doesn't need this. Just about surviving. Jesselin is still in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Just about surviving. 4 conscripts in the penal battalion working the hardest to keep the territory sectors he does have, whilst the sniper taunts them from afar.
I mean, where do you think this sits on the grounds that, let's just say, Jesselin does pull out AT guns and suddenly the Pumas aren't really so effective anymore? Well, in fact, nothing is going to happen because Jesselin is going to surrender game 2. 16 minutes 30 in. It's 2-0 to Love Nest.
Just unfortunate.
Well, game 2 in the bag for Love Nest. He's only got 1 more game to win out of a potential 3 in order to secure his place as the 3rd finalist for the live event. I think he's in with a good chance as well. You know, I put my money on Loveness at the start. I do think he looks really good at the moment. I have to say that. Jesselin's got better every week, but Loveness is this week he's back on it.
He is indeed. He's well back on it, and it's all happening. Loveness is back, baby, and that's exciting for the scene. Not necessarily so exciting for this finals event, but yeah, it absolutely it's very interesting. Just going to mute myself for a moment.
No, it's absolutely fine. I mean, if you need to break or anything, oh no, you're.
Just seeing something in chat.
Oh, right, okay.
Can you have AE give his best example of hands if it's really good? Best example? What does he mean? Impression? Does he mean impression?
I love that the double-sided thing. So, can you have AE give his best example of hands? If it's really good, I'll donate 500 more bits. So he's making you perform like a performing monkey, so that I can get bits
money.
on Twitch.
Yeah, money. Basically, it's money. It's not some magical like lifeblood. It's money. It's £5 in money. So the best example of hands I have is Twitch stream. So helping hands is a Twitch streamer on the Company of Heroes 2 primarily. Well, it used to be. It's mostly Foxhole these days. And the best example I have of him is actually his Twitch channel. He's probably there now, playing a game. In fact, he is, yes. He's just started his stream. He's going to be playing Foxhole. So there's a really good example of him. I would say. Alternatively, I could get you a photo of him. That's a good example. Or if you really wanted, I could find him in real life and get a further example if that wasn't good enough. I hope that helps. I hope that's what he meant.
Just sent you an invite, by the way. Game is live, ready to go. I hope this is the game that we're looking for. Both players have played so well to get to this point. The finals are always, do you know what I mean? Like the finals are always like just one player is way ahead. You know, and Loveness just looks to be that player today.
We're on a curse. Sorry, guys. There's some stuff going on. I need to figure it out. It is GCS related. It's nothing.
That's alright. Come off for a while. How long have we?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute.
Starts. That's a full 5 minutes. I mean, we could take a 5-minute break if you have stuff to deal with.
Yes, that would be excellent. I just need to deal with something in the other match that's happening. All right, mate.
That's absolutely fine. And for anybody that is in the chat right now, we have some games to give away. That's right. We're gonna give away. Let's see, 4 winners today. You're going to get to choose between Dawn of War 3, Company of Heroes 1 Collector's Edition, or Code 2 if you want to give it to a friend. We've got codes that have been given in by Relic to do some giveaways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the raffle now. It's !raffle if you'd like to enter. At the end of the finals today, we will announce the 4 winners of that, and then you'll need to get over to Discord and make yourself known to me so that I can give you your codes. But 5-minute break, and we'll be back for Game 3 very shortly. Hello everybody and welcome to the third game in our finals today. The finals of the Overlord qualifier. We have our new map, Faymanville Approach, and playing from the south side, this time as the OKW, it is going to be Jezelin. Are you there, E?
And that's right, Jezelin has chosen the map. He's chosen Faymanville Approach. Loveness is locked in Soviets. Very interesting. Seems like that's what he wants to play on this one. Going in with Penal Battalions first off the bat against Jezelin. Going first round here, Kubelwagen.
I'm excited to see this one. Hopefully we get to see Jezelin make that third game count. It's all too reminiscent of his series against Aimstrong last year, which led to him leave the community for an amount of time. Interesting to point out, he has come back in with a positive attitude. He's trained hard. He's got better every week. We really want him to perform well against Loveness here. Loveness, though, is very confident with his strategy. Guard, motor coordination, tactics locked in, rather.
Absolutely. Classic Loveness getting straight in with the barbed wire on vital points, this time the munitions in the north. Prioritising munitions, I mean, Loveness is such a munitions-heavy player. As Soviets, it's mines and tripwires for days. Used to, of course, be demos until they were very heavily nerfed. And he's going straight in. That is, however, allowing Jezelin to put a nice bit of reinforced steel barricade on the entrance to this middle section. It's not the only entrance though now, Dan. Of course, these are the revised versions of the maps, and there's another entrance just to the right of there, so...
And, I mean, would you mind going through some of the revisions of the maps?
Absolutely. So Faymanville Approach now has a lot less negative cover near the base entrances. M3 with a Penal Battalion going straight into this focus grenade, and no Faust showing. And, of course, losing models for days, having to retreat with a poor retreat path now. M3's taking full advantage of this. Not only that, if you'll notice on the fuel on the left, there's a shack that's been removed and a large amount of foliage to allow the northern player easier access to that general area. Kubelwagen possibly going down to the M3. It's going to be safe. And then, of course, that extra entrance that I already mentioned. The last two changes, not that I've mentioned, they've kind of made the munitions cover equal from both sides, adding green cover, and the southern victory point's been cleaned up a little bit. There's been some removal of debris and trucks and whatnot, just to clean it up a little bit and make it a little bit less obtrusive. And there's your new Faymanville Approach. I hope you like it. Oh god, there's one last change. See where these first grenadiers are? Here, two first grenadiers done.
Yes, yeah, I can see a little bit of medium cover there.
Exactly, and the medium cover's been removed away from the fuel now, where that mine just went off. There you go, that's all of them. Somehow I remembered all of them. Very strange person.
Mine is exactly the kind of thing we wanted to see Jezelin doing in the last game. It's a staple of the Soviets, the ability to lay these dirty munition mines which wreck the manpower of your opponent, force them to minesweep as they move up the map. It's something that we didn't get to see, but glad we're seeing it from Loveness. He's still so aggressive with that scout car as well.
He absolutely is. And he's doing a great job in this early game. He has, however, lost some victory points. You won't be too happy with that. Of course, he was on 1,500 over the past 3 games, including the semi-final. Oh, this isn't going too well. The Stern Pioneers doing a great job firing here. M3's got a good angle, though. Surely that combat engineer, is it teching up? No, he's not been able to do that yet. Just threatening it.
Tough one. I think you do normally see the flamethrower against OKW just due to the lack of Faust. Jezelin's actually got a shoe mine just outside of that building. It's just unfortunate that that hasn't gone off. I mean, I guess that's quite good because if the building is occupied by Loveness and he retreats a one-man squad out, that would die to that shoe mine. But the other interesting thing was, start game. We always talk about the Soviets very slow on the field when you decide to bring out units from Tier 1 and a scout car. So Jezelin will have a resource lead.
It's hilarious, by the way. Jezelin never actually ended up putting barbed wire over that new entrance, so he's not gotten used to that change yet, seemingly. We have had the battle group headquarters finished, setting up now. Fausts are active. Will this two-man folks from one-man folks dead? No, folks. No Panzer Faust from a nothing. You can't Panzer Faust from a nothing. You have to have something, and that something was a Photon Grenadier, and now it no longer exists. Stern Pioneer could be going down as well. What is Jesulin thinking?
Oh, I
Crazy
think he's rattled. He's rattled. He's got to get the Kubel doing something. Why didn't he chase? If he chases now, it's too deep.
Oh my god, this is crazy. This is crazy. Kubel, suicide Kubel's going in. Oh.
That's silly. He could still lose it as well. It's careless with the pathing there. Incendiary grenade going, and there it is. Kubel goes down. Long shots from the penal battalions. And it's careless mistakes that are losing Jesulin in these games time after time.
Absolutely. And
Fighting
it was
on the wrong
careless.
side of cover doesn't help. It's
No. What's happened to him?
I don't know. This to me is exactly what happened during the last GCS. That third game, do you remember it? When he was playing USF? Lost everything quickly. There was a rage quit, and hopefully we don't see it here.
Stern Pioneers under heavy fire from the penal battalion here. Sticking out that engagement, that's not wise. Negative cover, it doesn't exist on that patch anymore, fortunately for him. Just to make it easier for the southern player to attack their own fuel, I guess.
Jesulin's got a difficult retreat against this scout car. The MG's firing, the flames trying to burn the last model down. That will go down. It's going to be another squad wipe. And yeah.
Dan, what is this curse on the finals game? We always have great semi-finals, by the way, everybody. Past several semi-finals we've had have been amazing. Past 4 we've had, actually. And then the final game itself, it was Von Asten last week, got tilted and quit. And Jesulin this week, he's not quit. So be credit's due, but he might as well. Unless this flak half track is literally a flak half track ace.
Yeah, it's tough to see, but at the same time, it's, you know, 2 different brackets colliding together at the last moment. There will be like mismatches and some skill. Look at this from Lovenest though. Lovenest is a pleasure to watch at any rate. This is dangerous for the guards, actually, if I'm honest.
Oh, awesome. That was dangerous, but they might get their just rewards. One more shot required. They get it. Hero God. Man. I was going to say squad. It's more of a man now. He's running away. He did a great job, though. That was ballsy. Twisted Tootsie, eat your heart out. That was absolutely awesome play by Lovenest.
That ended up being worth it.
So Jesulin can get his 5 fuel, and then a further 5 from the M3. This is an expert play by Jesulin, clearly playing 17-dimensional theme park. Remember that game, Theme Park?
I love that game.
It's great, wasn't it? It's way better than everything that came after it. All those ones with fancy graphics were nowhere near as good as the one with the 2D sprites. It's weird, that.
Well, you'll be pleased to know that Company of Heroes has a mechanic that increases your manpower income slightly per minute for when you have less pop cap, or when you have less models on the field. So there is a chance that Jesulin may... No, there's not.
No, I'll tell you what. I've just had a communique through that Jesulin has successfully renegotiated the salaries of all of the amenity staff. That's the people that work on burgers and washing the toilets, etc. So I think we're on the up and up from here. He's going to have a lot more cash per minute, and it could go well from here on in.
So tough though. Late retreats. I think he's underestimating the damage output of the penals. Even when units are retreating, they're just not safe. He's letting Lovenest close the distance. You know, he's letting Lovenest flank correctly. He's not backing out of engagements. It's sad to see.
Nice incendiary grenade from Jesulin, I guess. Well, sorry, it's a Model 24 grenade, my bad. Panzer Fusiliers, of course. Just been told to cast more seriously by somebody in chat. But I must admit, I really do struggle when the game looks over. I suppose I've got, like, is it ADHD, attention deficit disorder? I need to be occupied by a thrilling competitive encounter. And this game certainly isn't matching its billing right now, Dan, unfortunately. I mean, Jesulin, would you class this as choking against Lovenest, or has Lovenest just hit form and realised who he is. The GCS1 champion.
Yeah, to be honest, Jezelin, like we said, has made mistakes and has been unfortunate, and there's late retreats. It isn't the end of the world, though. I think actually when it comes to casting, games like this in the finals can still be very rewarding to watch, because you get to watch a professional player, you know, like, make very good decisions. We're still seeing Loveness play very seriously. Look, he's getting tripwire flares down. He's got mines on entrances. He's focusing on the right territories. Like, if you're going to cast something, and if you're going to cast the good of this game, it is how to put intense pressure on someone who's already on the back foot and close the win.
Yeah.
And Loveness is going to close the win, I think. It's
extremely good way to put it, Dan. I mean, that's one of the things we can mention about this game that is an incredible positive. Loveness doesn't let you back into things. Gets mines up, he continues to tech, continues to treat it very professionally. He doesn't start to showboat and allow his opponent back in at all. He's so laser focused, like Drogo from Rocky 3 kind of thing. He'll just stare at you until you're down and out, and until he's seen the GG well played and the surrender a notification pop up, he won't relent. He won't give up until he's GCS2 champion, most likely.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct of Loveness. See Jezelin here, I mean, he's trying to work his way back to the left side of the map. Tier 3 is now up, but Loveness isn't building anything yet. And he may not. He may just decide to keep steamrolling. If you don't need to get anything out of Tier 3, why not?
He needs 260 manpower, of course, so, you know, just as soon as he hits 260, I wouldn't be surprised if we see 270 queued up. 270. God, that's incredibly inefficient from Loveness. He's letting his opponent back into things.
I honestly think he may just go Tier 4. Like, he's...
Yeah, it's a good possibility.
Why not?
Got the fuel for it, hasn't he? Look at this combat engineer retreating. Veteran C2, of course. And might happen right now. Oh, look at these insult to injury tripwire flares. Each one talisman for Jezelin's failure in this final. Here comes Mechanized Armor Compania. It is indeed going to be Tier 4, possibly a T-34 76mm could come out, maybe. We just don't know at this point. All we know is Jezelin's got an impossible task ahead of him.
He's actually trying to fight a long-range engagement with Stern Pioneers. I think this might just be bait for the Panzer Fusiliers to come round the back there. But, you know, what a waste of manpower. Again, it's not cheap reinforcing the Stern Pioneers. And the game is all about, you know, you need your weaker models at the front taking the hits. You need your premium models, as we'll call them, doing the damage. You need to be managing manpower, and Jezelin is not managing manpower well.
He isn't at all. Panzer Fusiliers were a bit of an odd choice, might I say, as well. I mean, I know they used to be meta when you've got the initiative and you want some steady infantry that can do slightly different things to Volkswagen ideas in a slightly different way at times. Take your opponent by surprise and flood the field. But, yeah. Maybe he's just waiting for the Jagdtiger down. Maybe that's what he needs. The heaviest AFV that ever saw operational military combat.
It's, I mean, no, whatever he's going for here, he's not really got any options. He's not got options of vehicles. He's going to have to keep... Oh, I think his best bet, honestly, would be to pull out a suppression platform and some Raketans and just try and micro as best he can. Place mines, aim for those opportunities. That's really the thing to do right now, and try and then build up some resources. But it's a long game, it's a tough game. You have to be in the right mindset to play that game, and I don't know if Jezelin is. Sorry to break hearts of the fans. I don't see him as being in the right mindset to play against Loveness right now.
He pushes forwards regardless. He's got a lot of pride. Just Jezelin is probably very annoyed at his performance. He's probably trying to find the composure. He's probably thinking to himself, if I can somehow get back into this, I may not win, but I'll stand in good stead for the 4th qualification tournament with his 12 GCS2 points. So he's got a good chance of qualifying now. Nice.
That's what we like to see. That is what we like to see. Calm and controlled. He was ready for that. He has got Stern Pioneers in an awkward position, though. He doesn't have Minesweepers. Fortunately, they take a favourable retreat path and not over the mine. But that kind of play, there was the satchel there. He didn't react immediately. That would have been GG, I think, at that point.
It would have been. He was calm, cool, and collected there as he evaded and got the kill on the Veteran C3 combat engineer. We do have a T-34 about to hit, but Jezelin has a nice Raketen Werfer still. He has, of course, all the anti-tank rifle grenades on his Panzer Fusiliers. So he might be able to weather the storm for a little while longer. Also, somehow, Dan, he's managed to be able to stem the tide of the bleed on his victory points and keep himself in things. And if he were to make a comeback here, it would be absolutely stupendous.
I actually really, really want him to. I would love to cast the game forward. I'd love to see a comeback. I think that would be. I think that'd be fantastic. And yeah, Jezelin, he's got to get a second Raketen now. Actually, after seeing that T-34, is that the 85? Yes, it is. Second Raketen's definitely going to be needed. I'm guessing as well he's going to have to go for the Jagdtiger.
That's crazy.
But what he needs Minesweepers. How many models do we have to watch Jezelin lose before he's going to build Minesweepers? I'm sorry, but...
Oh, big shot in there by the T-34 and destroys one of Jezelin's very, very precious squads. He needs all the help he can get, and that certainly isn't going to help him here.
I mean, clearly a lot of the resources for Lovenest have gone into tech, but he doesn't have a lot on the field, do you know what I mean? It's a lot of his resources have just been spent teching and teching and teching. So, actually, if the T-3485 could be held off, Jezelin isn't, you know, it's not like he's outmanned or anything. Cannot keep making mistakes. He's making a lot of silly mistakes.
Dan, I would hate for you to be my boxing coach. You know, it's like the 12th round, I'm getting beaten to a pulp every single round. My nose is halfway across my face, I can't see anymore. You're looking great, Matt. Get back in there. Come on, you have this.
You know, all this says to me is that you are a fighter. Now get back out there and fight. You can do this. He's weak. He's bleeding too.
He's really not. He looks like he's getting stronger. Yeah.
He may look like he's smiling, but I guarantee you knocked that smile upside down. That frown upside down, sir.
Just gonna get on to
Gosh, these hits.
Oh, big shot there. That was brutal.
Again, you cannot use Raketens with two models like that. It is going to
hurt.
Suffer. Oh, Jezelin.
Just going on Sky Scanner now, looking for flights from Hamburg to Manchester. They're actually quite cheap to book at the moment, so that's good. Good news for the GCS budget there. That's where he flew from last year anyway. I don't know where this year. Maybe Frankfurt. I'll probably check there as well. Sorry, Dan, there's a game going on. T-34. Some great shots in. It's now gotten 14 kills and counting.
Oh, sorry.
15 kills. Sorry, another. It's doing very well for itself.
It's 5 Panzer Fusiliers. I mean, they've been working hard. You know, they have been working hard. But, oh, Jezelin, if he banks manpower now, he could get a Jagdtiger. But then again, he's not going to have any VPs. The situation is quite simply no Raketens, no progress. There is no way out of this other than a snare and some Raketen play. We have the snare. Raketen's fortunately with Love Nest right now. So. See, shot poops there. Can you see worst final ever? I would question. I say actually that is incorrect. When you look at Love Nest as a player, you know he's playing very well. You're looking at a strong player still. Whether or not
referee intervention, please. That's right. That's I'm gonna have to call it here like an MMA referee. You know, I'm gonna step in front of Levex. He's had enough. It's like who's had enough? The pile of pate in front of you. Stop punching it. It's fine. We're going to scoop him off.
I think there is a rule here. If the player is willing to keep going, if the player is saying, look, there's still a chance in this, there's still, want to fight this, then, they should have that.
Absolutely.
Jezelin hasn't stopped playing. He's having an unfortunate time, an unfortunate game, but, you know, he is still playing. Everybody was upset last week when Von Asten quit out against Nagano. Well, we don't have a quitter here. We have a fighter.
No, we do. And all respect to Jezelin, all respect to any player that has been unfortunately on the receiving end of a bit of a bashing. These things happen. You will come up against a player that's in form and feeling it psychologically, and Jezelin has done exactly that today. Lovenest found his form against Kimbo earlier in that fantastic semi-final. I urge you to watch it on YouTube. It will be uploaded within the hour.
Assuming there's not another 2 games.
And Jezelin, no, we're not laughing at Jezelin. Unfortunately, Jezelin has dropped out of the game. But very fortunately for Lovenest, we have our 3rd qualifier for GCS2. And it is the GCS1 champion, Lovenest.
Well, there we go. That is going to be the end of the finals. Maybe a little bit anticlimactic. I would say well played to Jezelin because he smashed a lot of this tournament. He had some great games. You know, took down Stuve. Stuve looked incredibly strong this time around. Didn't pull off in the finals, but, you know, credit to Jezelin for putting on so many good games up to this point. It isn't easy, you know. There's stress. There's, you know, you're playing against the #1 seed initially. It's, you know, it is what it is, but congrats to Lovenest, who looks crazy good again.
He does. He's looking strong. He's looking dominant. I've just sent him a quick Discord invite. Maybe he'll join us for a quick congratulations. But, yeah. Maybe not. Just giving him a few seconds. Dan, it's been a great weekend of fighting. Unfortunately, of course, the final was a little bit of a damp affair. Never mind. These things happen. It is a competitive game, and of course you can see this from time to time. We've had some excellent semi-finals today, and a rightful victor has emerged. It is Lovenest, and yeah, let's call it there, I guess.
I think so, yeah. Well, we do have to do the draw. I would just say for anybody that's disappointed in the final, turn up for the group stages, because the group stage games are hands down like some of the best games we've cast. One's shown yesterday and earlier today. Fantastic games. Anyway, let's do. Let's quickly just do the draws for the raffle. So we had 4 winners. We're going to pick 4 winners. Pick between Dawn of War 3, Company of Heroes 1 Collector's Edition, or Code 2. And I'm just going to close the raffle as well. And yeah, if you win this and you see your name, please head over to my Discord. And just post there or message me directly.
Here he comes. Lovenest is coming. Sorry, Dan, to interrupt you.
No, do you want me to do the draws and then?
Yeah, do you want me to interview him?
Yeah,
Whilst you do the draws, maybe?
We'll do the draws first, and then.
Oh yeah, Dawn of War 3, definitely. Yeah, that's really important. Joking.
Okay, so the first one is going to be 1989 Tay-Tay. Congratulations. The second one is going to be Rumil 23. Congratulations to you as well. Third one is going to be Elpern. Congratulations. And the fourth one, Lifeless 44. Well done, all 4 of you. Thank you for taking part. Get on the Discord, !Discord. If you don't have it, get it. You will need it to claim your prize.
There's the Stormless Discord. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Lovenest. Hello, Lovenest.
Hello, hello. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Been a long ride.
Yes, you've gotten to form finally. You're back. This is Lovenest, not what we saw before. Now we've got him. Here he is.
Well, I like the break after GCS to finish my studies. Kind of took me out of the game. But I'm grateful for all these qualifiers because they kind of helped me narrow down my build. Like the first qualifier, I had like no idea what build is like suits me. But I feel like the more I play these qualifiers, the more I know what I'm gonna do. Yeah,
it's exciting. It's certainly a great learning opportunity. And today, I must say, when you got that second game against Kimbo, I just saw something click, you know. I was like, I saw you as a bit rusty before that. It wasn't quite working. And it was like, you were like, hang on, I can play this game. I used to be the best player in the world. What the hell?
Yeah.
Get out of my way, Kimbo. Get bitch slapped, you know.
The first game was pretty good though. Like lots of back and forth, and I had a good control. Like in the early game, stealing the MG, killing like the Raquette and the Sturms, getting rid of the flag half track. But the late game with the Raketten wall and those vetted P4s, it just like my T-34s, the 76s, they just bounced every shot. And I don't know, I just that commander doesn't really offer that much in the late game.
Dan, what have you seen? What have you got any questions for Lovenest about his journey to get to this point and finally qualify for GCS2?
I was trying to turn him down because he's so loud, but I cannot even open Discord on my computer. I have no idea where it's operating from.
He's boombastic. Yeah. He's very jubilant, and
maybe
audio levels aside, audio levels aside. Lovenest, you've done fantastically well, and I just want to give you congratulations. We'll get your plane ticket booked the next few days. And our champion, the reigning champion, the guy that's defending his crown and trying to earn a trophy with a lid this time. We've got a lid this year, Lovenest. That's hype, right? You can add to your trophies. It's slightly bigger, you know, it's going to be hype.
If you win, we'll get a lid for the other one as well. I think that's... I
feel like that trophy is like perfect for my collection.
Now you're too far away from the mic. I feel like you've just walked to another room.
Yeah, I lowered it a little bit. Is it better now?
Just take it up a bit. You can take it up a bit. It's cool. I just didn't want to.
Test.
Yeah, good job, Dan. Good.
Louder.
Is it better now?
Louder.
Yeah.
You'll be
never let a
like this
bad interview get in the way of a good technical issue debate.
Now you can tell that I haven't been streaming that much because usually those audio settings are up to date.
But it's good. Oh, congratulations, by the way. It's good to see you back on form. I don't know if you caught DevM yesterday saying that you were his player to watch at the moment because he wants that rematch with you, which is now a potential.
Understandable.
But if it comes up against DevM again, how are you feeling this time around?
Well, to be honest, I haven't played DevM in one of these qualifiers, and I haven't played Nogano yet. So it's going to be interesting seeing them in the live event. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. As I said, it took me a while to like figure out my builds and my strats, and most importantly, what I have like fun with the most and what suits me. Like if you're not sure about your build, you just don't play well. And with the patches that happened between GCS1 and GCS2, like I had no idea. But I feel quite confident now, and I feel like DevM is feeling a bit too comfortable.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see if we can change that.
Yeah, that's your job. It's everybody's job. I mean, DevM is literally what you did to him last year has made him train even harder this year. He's like a man possessed. You changed his life that day. But
nice.
You've created a monster, and now it's your job to again. Oh God, he's back. I have to get the training shoes back out. But I think you touched on a really interesting point there, Lovenest. And the game is, at the end of the day, about having fun. It's crazy to think when we're playing in this competitive mindset, but if you're not having fun, you don't play as well. When you got that PTAD and you're trying to kill Kimbo's, T30, sorry, Panzer IV, that's exciting, man. And that kind of thing makes you play better, makes you focus more, because at the end of the day, if you're actually enjoying what you do, you'll probably play better. So I like to see that in a player. It's good to hear.
Yeah, definitely. Like I wasn't mad at all when I lost the first game. I was like, oh, damn, tank hunters against OKW doesn't seem to work that well as it does against Oster. So I kind of took my lesson from that and moved on to the next series. And Oster on Crossing the Woods just feels so good because Crossing the Woods, the layout just suits Oster play. You can play like you can move the MGs left and right, and just so satisfying.
So satisfying to hear you sounding so positive. I remember when you used to stream, you're like, this game. Now you've like had a year out, finish your studies. Oh, GCS time, yeah. You sound positive and bright, and I think DevM should watch his back now. I think it sounds like you're back, baby.
Yeah, well, like I kind of have difficulties like giving like 100% in everything like that I do. Like I finished my studies and now I'm like, hey, I'm gonna play like Company of Heroes and training for GCS, and now I'm really investing into it, and I think it paid off.
Sounds good. Well then, Dan, I don't know about you, but I think that draws us to a natural conclusion. We've got a worthy third qualifier. He's coming to GCS2. We've settled that for once and for all. We've got it sorted, and it's been a pleasure casting with you today, Dan. And thank you to all viewers for tuning in.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you everybody for being supportive. It was nice to have a little break during the World Cup, come back fresh for the finals, and Loveness, congratulations from me as well. We're going to be back in 2 weeks' time. It's going to be on AE's channel for, am I going to say this right? Bagration?
Bagration.
Bagration, there we go. And that's going to be the final one. The final chance for some people to qualify. So do be there, do keep supporting the scene. And we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys soon.
4 people will qualify then. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys. Thank you for watching and playing and everything. See you next one.
Destroys both Impulsi Shermans with their brand new Stern Tiger, and there are no more Impulsi Shermans on the field.
It's coming in. This is a big push. He's all or nothing right now, Hans. Absolutely all or nothing. He wants this Panther down in the
Difficult situation though. Bazooka's firing.
This is bait. I think this is bait. Look at the infantry dying!
But the LFH with a huge barrage. That is an absolute catastrophe for Cole.
This is bait.
Chips through the house! 140 millimeters of quantum destruction! Jesus Christ!
The final nail in the coffin for Barton. That has got to be GG.